Okay, let me give you an example here. Given this quadratic here, we can find out all the vital points on this line here. So let's start by sketching, by roughly sketching this graph. When x is small, this is like a straight line. So the intercept is -5, and it has a gradient of 4. So we're going to guess this is -5. We're going to guess the gradient to be -4. Sorry, 4. So when x is big, it wants to follow this term here. So it wants to do a quadratic. So we can guess it to be something like this. Hang on, we can guess it to be something like this. Okay. So now, well, in the previous videos, I showed you how you could find out these 2 points by setting this thing to 0. So you can find out these 2 points by setting this thing to 0. So it will be 0 equals 3x squared plus 4x minus 5. And then remember, we are only good at dealing with the coefficient. Well, we're only good at dealing with it when this coefficient is 1. So we would divide everything by 3, just so that the coefficient of x squared is 1. So when we set it to 0, it's really convenient, because 0 divided by 3 is still 0. So this thing becomes this. Okay. It becomes this over 3, and then this over 3. But in this video, I'm not going to show you how you can find out these 2 points. I'm interested in showing you how to find this point here. Okay, but it's pretty much the same method, pretty much the same. So here, this is what we started with. If you want to find out this point here, well, you see, when you want to find out these 2 points, you can put 0 into the y, because at these 2 points the y value will be 0. But when you want to find out this point here, the y value is not 0, so you can't simply just put 0 into the y. You've got to preserve the y. So for example, if you want to find out this point, you've got to leave it as y as it is. So hang on. So hang on. Let me just copy this down. Plus 4x minus 5. Now you just got to be able to rewrite this whole thing and preserve the whole thing. You see, up here you can put 0 into the y and then divide everything by 3, and then 0 divided by 3 is a convenient 0. But because you want to find out this point here, you've got to preserve the whole thing. So let's take let's rewrite this whole thing. Okay, rewrite this whole thing. So this thing here will be, hang on, it will be y equals. Now take the 3 out, so it becomes this. Hang on, 3, and then x squared plus hang on, plus this, hang on, plus 4 over 3x, and then minus 5 over 3x. Sorry, 5 over 3. Because you see, what I'm trying to say is that this whole thing here is exactly the same as this. So basically, we want to deal with the coefficient of 1, because that's what we're good at. When there's a 3 in here, it complicates things. So take the 3 out as a factor. You see, if you get this and multiply it with this, then this will be 3x squared, which is the same as this. And now look at this. The reason why it's 4 over 3 is because we've taken the 3 out as a factor. So now when you come to multiply this here, it will be 3 times the 4 over 3. Okay, and then it gets multiplied to the top. So these two would cancel each other out, giving you the 4x. That's why we put the over 3 in here. Now look at the 5 here. Now you would get this times this here. So it will be 3 times a fraction here. 5 over 3. Now it gets multiplied to the top. So later the two 3's will kill off each other, giving you the 5. So what I'm trying to say is that this is exactly the same as as this. Okay, and then the next step is well, it's pretty much similar to finding out the two roots here. You have to rewrite. You just concentrate on this bit now. You have to rewrite this in the form of x plus blah 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 and square it, and then plus blah 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 blah. You just got to rewrite this thing here in this form here. Okay, so so hang on. So this will be 3, and then it will be x, well, bracket x, and then I'm going to need half of this coefficient here. Okay, so that would be, well, half of that coefficient would be this divided by 2, and then the 2 gets multiplied down here, so it will be plus 4 over 6. Okay, 4 over 6, and then square it, and then remember when you come to square this, it will be hang on. So when you come to do this here, 4 over 6 square, hang on, times by itself here. So later you're going to get this piece of rubbish here, 4 over 6 times 4 over 6. So let's simplify 4 over 6. 4 over 6 is divide top and bottom by 2. So it's 3 over. So it's basically the same as 2 over 3 times 2 over 3. So this here, well, we're going to get some. We are trying to identify the rubbish here. The rubbish here would be this bit here, 2 over 3 times 2 over 3. So top times top is 4. Bottom times bottom is 9. So the rubbish here, we've got to immediately take away the rubbish. Remember, this times this here is the rubbish. It's what we have to take away. So it would be what? It would be take away 4 over 9. Okay, and now take this thing down. So it will be take away 5 over 3. Okay, now it's just a matter of merging these two fractions together. Okay, so this would be, hang on, equals. So now we can times top and bottom here by 3, just to get the two denominators to be the same. Okay, just to get these two to be the same. So this would be 3 bracket inner bracket plus well, remember we simplified this to 2 over 3. So hang on. So 2 over 3 squared, and then this thing will be minus 4 over 9. Take away 15 over 9. Okay. So now we can merge these two together. Okay. So this would be, hang on, 3x plus 2 over 3 squared, and then minus 4 minus 15. Remember your number line. You start at minus 4 and then you go back 15. So that would be minus 19. So this would be minus 19 over 9, and then close this off. Okay. So now so this equation here, this is our original equation here. Okay, we can rewrite this thing as this thing here. Now, the good thing about this form here, where you got squared here and then a bit here, is that you can identify the lowest. You can identify the lowest point on this line here. You see the lowest point on this line here. If I give you this here, if I give you y equals x squared plus 3. Now, if you look at this here, what's the lowest possible point of this line here? Well, if you sketch it here, hang on, y equals x squared looks like this. Now, if you add 3, it will look something like this. Now, looking at this line here, what is the lowest possible point that this quadratic could be? Well, it's actually 3. You see, if you look at x squared will always will always be something like this. It will never be a negative. You see, the lowest point that this thing could be is 0. So when you make x squared 0, then this whole thing here, the lowest point would be 3 here. Okay, so now going back to here, if you want to make this whole thing to be the lowest point, because we are interested in the lowest point here. You see, so given this thing here, what is the lowest possible value that y could be? Well, the lowest possible value is when this thing here is 0. So make this whole term here 0. So when this thing goes to 0, then the lowest point would be, it would be this. Well, this whole thing here would be 0. Okay, so that would be, that would be the lowest possible point would be this, minus 19 over 9. Okay, that if you make this to be the low, well, yeah, make this to be 0, and then it will give you the lowest possible point for y equals blah 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 blah. Okay, so now it's just time. This is like a 3 multiplying to the top. So this would be so the lowest possible point is 3 times minus 19 over 9. So what is 19 times 3? 19 times 3 would be 27. Carry the 2. It would be 57. So it would be minus 57 over 9. So this. So remember the lowest possible point is y equals minus 57 over 9. So this point here, the y value here will be minus 57 over 9. Okay. Now the x value here would be the x value here would be. Hang on. Look at this here. This is why this form is so useful here. If you make this term 0, you see, if you put 2 over 3 into the x here, this whole term will be 0. Sorry, minus 2 over 3 into this x here, then the whole thing will be 0. And then this thing, when you square the 0, it would be 0. So my point is that this point here is minus 2 over 3. Okay, I know there's a lot to take in, but watch the next video. I will try to clarify things. Okay, there's a lot to take in. So watch the video. I will give you another example.